Sam and Riley live in a small apartment with their 2 kids. Between them, they work 60 hours a week. Groceries, deliveries, caregiving shifts, weekend labor, and yet every month they still ask the same question: will we make rent, or will we roll the dice on buying groceries? And here's the thing, their story isn't rare. It's a default for millions of people. In fact, 6 out of 10 Americans can't afford a $500 emergency. And yet, we rarely talk about this reality. Why? Because in America, most people don't see themselves as working class. They see themselves as a temporarily embarrassed billionaire. We're raised to believe that if we just make one good idea or hustle hard enough, we'll make it. And listen, ambition's good, innovation is good, but what happens when everyone is playing a game that only a few can ever win? Not everyone can start a business, not everyone can scale, and they shouldn't have to. Our economy should work for people who build, teach, grow, care, repair, and not just those who profit off owning the system. So what do we have today? Capitalism says chase profits, compete hard, and the market will sort it out. But the result? Speculation gets rewarded more than contribution, and value leaks upward, always. Democratic socialism says tax the rich, build safety nets, and redistribute what we've got. That helps. We've seen real wins, labor protection, public health care, stimulus, but it doesn't rebuild the source. It patches over a leaky pipe. So where does that leave us? Capitalism tries to maximize growth, but not fairness. Socialism tries to maximize fairness, but not always growth. But what if the real problem is how we define value itself? What if instead of chasing wealth or redistributing it, we built a system where wealth has to be earned and value has to be proven? That's the foundation of Confluencism. I didn't randomly land on things like community wealth funds, fluctuating ownership, or proof of economic value. Each of them come from a central design principle. If value must be earned, then the entire economy must be built around proving it. These are the pillars of Confluencism. They aren't political slogans, they're an architecture for a new kind of system, one that doesn't run on control or trust, but on proof. Let's start with the most important idea. Real value belongs to those who create it. Here's the question we've been circling. How do we rebuild value itself? The answer lies in 6 foundational pillars. Principles so core, every policy flows from them. Pillar 1, human agency and dignity. Every person is a co-creator, not a cog or consumer. Dignity comes when you're empowered to shape your world through participatory budgeting, worker councils, and community-defined metrics that measure real impact. Pillar 2, earned participation and reward. Everyone needs a clear entry point and a fair return for contributing. That means guaranteed jobs, housing, training, and quarterly equity rebalances so your effort truly pays off. Pillar 3, proof over promises. Money and credit rest on verifiable output, not faith or hype. Open ledger economic audits and algorithmic issuance ensure every unit of currency is backed by actual measurable value. Pillar 4, self-reinforcing value loops. Instead of leaking upward or stalling in bureaucracy, value cycles through communities. Public loans fund activity, new POV is mined, foreign purchases bring capital back, and that capital reinvests over and over. Pillar 5, collective wealth building. Public resources shouldn't just buy services, they should build collective wealth. Community wealth funds pool tax dollars into projects, then share all financial returns with the very communities that funded them. Pillar 6, transparent and adaptive design. Finally, every rule, algorithm, and policy is open to democratic oversight and real-world feedback. Confluencism evolves and self-corrects. So where does this leave us? Capitalism says chase profit and hope it trickles down. Socialism says redistribute what we have, but both systems assume we already know what value is, and that it's obvious, that it's measured fairly. Confluencism starts by asking a different question. What if we rebuild the system from the ground up around proving value, not assumed worth? We didn't randomly land on things like community wealth funds, POEV, or shared ownership. Each one came from a simple design principle. If value must be earned, and if wealth must reflect contribution, then the entire structure has to change. These are the 6 pillars of Confluencism. Architecture, not ideology. A system built on proof, not promises. Imagine Sam and Riley opening their fridge and finding it stocked not because of charity, but because their value is recognized and cycles back into their community. This isn't a quick fix or a patch. It's a redesign that shifts wealth from endless upward leaks into the hands of creators, builders, caretakers, millions like Sam and Riley. Prove your worth. Share the future.